Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday. We're getting so close to the weekend, and we've got some wonderful weather ahead today. Tomorrow, even warmer yet. If you like the warm stuff where record highs are going to be possible, well, tomorrow's your day. And even the weekend's not shaping up to be too bad. Now, let's take a look at things here this morning. We've got some clouds mixed with some clearing this morning. Most of your clearing in northern Nebraska, some partial clearing here. Thickest clouds are right in here this morning. This is going to be clearing on out over the next several hours, and by this afternoon, plenty of sunshine. And look at the arrows barely moving today. We're going to have a lot of lighter winds under 10 miles per hour. I think the best chance of maybe some slightly, and I do mean slightly breezy conditions would be right in here. You know, I back it up a couple of hours here where it's a little breezier right there. You can see southeast Nebraska, the arrows moving just a little bit quicker, and then same thing way out in far western portions of Nebraska. But for the most part, a lot of us under 10 mile per hour winds. The weather remains quiet tonight with clear skies. The only concern, and it's a small one right now, is far southeast Nebraska could see some low clouds creep in here, some patchy fog, but that's right on the edge of our area. Most of us will stay clear overnight. And with that west and southwest wind, temperatures will get ready to soar on Friday. Plenty of sun, a couple of clouds passing through, but plenty of sunshine. Very warm temperatures, record-breaking for many locations for tomorrow. Some extra clouds out west. We've got a cold front. It's going to be about roughly right there tomorrow at the end of the day. That front's going to pass through the area Saturday night. It'll bring a few clouds, partly cloudy skies, and a shift of the wind. By the beginning of Saturday, that front's basically it's almost out of here basically. So south or north winds behind that front, a little breezy. We're back to mostly sunny skies though on Saturday, and while cooler, temperatures still expected to be pretty well above average actually for this time of the year. Our typical average high is now down in the lower 50s, and we'll still see 60s in most cases on Saturday. So some really nice weather even into the weekend, just not as warm as today or tomorrow. Highs today up in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s, warmer as you get closer to the Colorado border. Looking at some of our communities around the area, we'll start you off in the northwest here with temperatures maybe in the upper 60s around Atkinson and Spencer, low 70s elsewhere. It shows clouds, but again, keep in mind these are early clouds that will quickly clear on out. Same thing here in these areas here. These early clouds quickly clearing out. Low to mid 70s, 75 Benkelman and Imperial, 74 in Grant, 72 North Platte, Cambridge, 71 for Elma and Franklin. Lower 70s in the southeast, 72 in Tecumseh, Crete, Wahoo, 70 in David City, 72 for Sutton and Aurora, 70 in St. Paul, 71 for Grand Island and Hastings, 71 as well in Blue Hill and Red Cloud. In northeastern areas, just a touch cooler, mid-60s around Ponca and Hardington, Wayne at 66, Pender as well, 69 for Blair, 70 degrees in Albion. Same thing in Fullerton, Columbus, Schuyler, Bartlett, 69 in O'Neill. So there's some of our communities. And when you see those yellows and those oranges, that's a good thing on there. That means good weather in November. As we look at lows tonight, down into the mid to upper 30s, low to mid 40s, which is a relatively mild night. Most of us, our average low is now down in the 20s. So when you're out of the 20s and you're in the 30s and 40s, you're doing pretty good on a November night. Look at these highs tomorrow. We will see temperatures soar for your Friday into record territory. Let's just, again, point out a couple of the records out there. Tomorrow I'll bring you a map with all of the records that they keep out there. The record tomorrow is 75 in Lincoln. We should break that. We should crush the record in Grand Island. It is 71 degrees. That record will be crushed tomorrow. The record in Hastings is 74. We should break that record. Kearney's iffy. The record is 81 in Kearney. We'll be close. I think a lot of times on these warmer than average days, we tend to exceed expectations. I wouldn't rule out a lot more low 80s for tomorrow out there. This is usually these models go a little conservative. I think low 80s are certainly a possibility tomorrow. North Platte, your record 78. We should break the record tomorrow. So again, those are just a handful of the records around the area. We're going to see a lot of records broken tomorrow across the area. Tomorrow night, if you have Friday night football plans, the weather looks fantastic. This time of the year to get temperatures that mild, yeah, we're doing pretty good. By the time we get towards Saturday morning, we're looking at 40s and lower 50s. That is a good start to our Saturday. That said, keep in mind, a cold front is passing through, so it will be cooler on Saturday, but these are all still above average. Our average highs are now mostly in the lower 50s, some mid 50s. So we're talking upper 50s and 60s, even some near 70 in the southeast. That's a pretty good Saturday on the way. Not bad at all. Mostly sunny, a little bit of a north breeze out there. Saturday night's a little chillier, but that said, this is still above average. 30s for lows, Sunday, temperatures creeping down, but these have come up in the forecast models lately, so not that bad. Upper 50s, lower to mid 60s. That's not a bad Sunday at all in mid-November for November 16th there. As we cross over into the second half of November, we do trend downward. We get a little more active in our weather pattern in the future here, as you'll see here in just a bit here. Let's take a look at the long-range models here. Again, you see the big jump in temperatures Friday. Saturday and Sunday aren't too bad. Even the temperatures early next week on Monday and Tuesday have come up a little bit because forecast models are bringing this next storm system on Monday northward, which also means maybe a lower chance of rain on Monday. So I'm going down to a 30% chance of rain, better chances in northern Nebraska. Our next system would come in Wednesday night into Thursday. That's a ways out yet. We'll give you more details on that as we get a little bit closer to that time frame. But again, we do trend cooler next week as we're the end of next week now. We're getting to the weekend before Thanksgiving. Then we may see a couple of more storm systems worth mentioning. We'll talk about that in just a bit. The North Platte forecast, pretty comparable for the most part. No major differences between the North Platte forecast and the Tri-Cities. I have a slightly higher chance of rain for you on Monday, and then again that next chance Wednesday night and beyond here. But again, you also trend cooler going into next week and the following weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving. But as of right now, basically taking us up into the days right before Thanksgiving, the 20th through the 26th of November, the Climate Prediction Center still has us above average. And keep in mind, by the time we get to Thanksgiving, the average high is well down. It's down in the mid-40s by the 27th of November. So if we're above that, then we're still above average. So we're probably talking 40s and maybe some 50s during that time frame here. But the other key is we could see some active weather. Most of the country, in fact, looking at moisture and maybe some big time storm systems that could bring severe weather to our south. Let's take a look at some of the long range models. We'll start with the European model. Nothing big coming until Monday. Here's that moisture chance. And again, the European is the one that's really trending northward now with Monday's system. Again, a Monday morning chance of rain. And this is why I have North Platte with a little bit better chance of rain than the Tri-Cities. And then that shifts northward from there. So northern Nebraska is going to have the best chance of rain. And we'll probably be on the warmer end of that system, which means it's not going to be terribly cold now on Monday. That moves on out. Tuesday, more clouds around. Then the next chance will come Wednesday night into Thursday. Rain for the most part there, but again, it's not a guaranteed rain chance. And then another system looks like it's going to impact us somewhere around next weekend. But look at the, and this is as far as that model goes, but I'll be keeping an eye on this here to the southeast. Big time severe weather could be a possibility. We may be too far north for it, with it being too cool here. We'll see how things play out, though. It's a long ways out yet. It's a week and a half away. The GFS model is a little bit different, though. Let's take you to next week on Monday. This is still keeping the system a little farther south and keeping a little bit of a mix in there as well. I'm very iffy on this, though. I am siding with that European model more than I am the GFS right now, which would mean this is probably going to be a little farther north here. But the GFS has been very insistent on keeping this system southward, but we'll see. Next system Wednesday night into Thursday. Mostly a rain event, snow to our north. And then the next system coming in the weekend before Thanksgiving, that's a rain event, but might try to mix with snow. We'll see. It's a ways out yet. So that just kind of gives you hints of the timing of what we could be seeing. Again, Monday a chance, Wednesday night to Thursday a chance, and then next weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving, a chance here. So we'll see how things play out. Temperature-wise, lots of warmth ahead these next couple of days, but notice the colder air is really not diving southward. And even as it gets cooler, we're not talking about brutal cold. No purples on this map, just some blues, which is cool, but not cold. But again, we just generally trend cooler, but even next weekend, not exactly cold. So just not as nice as this weekend, but we're being spoiled right now with the well above average temperatures these next couple of days. Again, very warm these next several days. Cooling down gradually as we go through next week here. What does the GFS do? Again, trying to keep that mild air going so where it's not super cold as we get into next weekend. We'll see how things play out. Well, with that, I got to let you all go for today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll be back with you on Friday with all the latest. Take care, and God bless. Bye.